Hi guys, this is Terry with Futures.io. It is my honor to welcome Patrick Rooney for today's webinar on introducing the new trading technologies platform. If you have questions, you can type them into the questions box and we'll do our best to answer them at the end of the event. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do us a favor and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy the webinar. Also, please feel free to share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us a lot. Do not forget that you can also follow us on Twitter at Futures.io. Without further delay, I'll hand it over to Patrick.
Hi everybody, my name is Patrick Rooney. I'm with Trading Technologies. I've been here about 10 years. A little bit of my background, I started off on the floor of the Mercantile Exchange way back in the 90s. Spent some time down there, then traded upstairs for a CTA before coming here about 10 years ago. I worked on Xtrader, now the TT platform. On the TT platform, I wanted to show you a little bit around their website first, just to get a little inside information.
You should have a pop-up to share your screen, Patrick.
Pardon me?
You should have a pop-up to share your screen.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I'll see that. It's not popping up. Go out and share my screen.
There we go.
All right, am I on now?
Yep, looks good.
Cool. Okay, there's just some information on the website I want to get to people so they see a little bit. We get a lot of questions and they're kind of answered real quickly. This is the new TT platform. The new TT platform is following up our industry-leading Xtrader platform. Xtrader was what we consider a local client that was installed locally on your PC. The TT platform is browser-based, so you can actually travel, go anywhere, just as long as you have a browser. You can go into Starbucks on a laptop and fire it up and actually open up a browser and get right in. All of your order logic, all of your algo logic, all of your Autospreader logic, workspace logic, that all travels with you. We've got phone apps come with it as well. If we have time, I might show you the phone app a little more closely, but we have phone apps. They've been quite popular. People have rolled it out already this early. Well, people are on the platform right now. And pricing is always a big thing. Pricing is much more affordable now with the TT platform. The TT standard starts at $50 and you're capped at $1,000. And TT Pro starts at $400 with a cap at $1,800. The difference between the two is TT standard does not have most of our algo generation functionality. You don't have access to ADL. You can't build your own algos. You won't have access to Autospreader, and you won't have access to the APIs. All right, onward and upwards. Now I'm going to show you again just how easy it is to get in. I'm just on our website, and all I need to do is type in trade.tt, enter. That's going to take me to a login page on a standard browser. I type in my email address, and password, and I'm in. And just again, so you know that this is a browser, I'll take it out of full mode so you can see and does give you more of a sense that you're actually on the browser. I don't want to do that though. Okay, so you'll get to this page right here. This page lists all of your workspaces, if you have any workspaces. As you can see, I have a handful of them. I can get to them whenever I like. And you've got a top browser up here. The top browser up here, you'll probably only have these first two initially, which is the trade section and the ADL section. ADL is Algo Design Lab. That's where you can structure and build your own algos. And if we have time, I'll get into that as we get a little further into this. But when you first log in, brand new user, you'll have the option to take a tour. Click on this. It'll walk you through all the different components. It'll walk you through how to set up a workspace, things like that. The Manage Template section down here is if your SCM or someone in your company is actually pushed out a template workspace. This is quite popular for the people who are on the platform now because, again, when they first log in, you'll have a workspace there waiting for you. So that's quite nice if your FCM provides a workspace for you. But I'll just create one real quick here and click 2 for a blank workspace. Call it 2. I click on here. It's going to open up a blank workspace. just like that. Up top, I've got a file drop down, pretty standard stuff right there. I have an edit, global settings. I can set settings, and I've got a widgets. Widgets is basically what we had in Xtrader, but we considered windows. You can see we have a market grid, MD Trader, chart, options chain, vol curve manager, spread matrix, and book trader. Options chain and vol curve manager is new to us. We didn't have that functionality in Xtrader. I'm not going to cover that today. We do have some information coming out on that, but it's marked beta, but it actually is out there live, but it's only live if you're trading, I think it's like the 1,000 most liquid CME products, so pretty much anything on CME. But let me go in and actually build a bit of a workspace real quick and show you how to do that. I'm going to click in here and go to Market Grid. And let's say I want to type in, I want to add the E-mini. I can just type in ES for the E-mini. It's going to bring up the E-mini. Click in here, I'm going to add the notes, ZN. Actually, I'll type in a little bit more, ZN set. Oops, set. It's going to give me the set treasury note contract. And let's say I want to have all of crude. Actually, I'll show this Explore real quick. I can actually go and explore and drill down if I wanted to. And go into, say, here, and futures, and say I want crude, CL. Hit select, and I'll get all the crude contracts. From here, it's similar to what you've seen on any trading platform. I can click on a bid. I'm going to get an order ticket. Here's an order ticket. It's my default quantity is set to 5, so it's set for 5 contracts. And I'm not going to execute right now, so I'm actually showing a little trick how to actually switch back and forth between sim and production, because I'm in production right now and I can't trade in there because, well, I could, but I'm not going to. If you go on to edit, change environment, I can quickly switch to simulation, and simulation is free. It comes for everybody now, so it's not difficult to get into simulation at all. Simulation is going to be the same experience you have with production level prices, all that type of good stuff. However, you're not going to route to the exchange. You're going to route to a internal matching engine that we have here at TT. All right, so let me go back and actually create another market grid. See, I've got a nice yellow simulation bar right now too. We go ES. Go to set. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take all the crude contracts. I'm going to take on the product level. I take on the product level. Look at all of them right here. Down here is the contract level. This will give me products at a contract level. And what we have down here are Autospreader contracts that involve the CL contract. So I've got several Autospreader spreads logic that I've built using crude, so they'd be listed as well. So I can bring that Autospreader contract in, or an aggregator contract. Aggregator I'll get into a little bit. Aggregators essentially funnels multiple contracts into one instance of MD Trader. So perhaps you want your crude trader. You can have crude and WBS flowing through the same instance of MD Trader, but I will get into that a little later. Here's all the crude contracts. Again, I can click onto the bid, and nice to actually see my equity index accounts. I've got multiple accounts. You can put logic in that'll say what account you want to use when you're using, or when you click on a contract. There's logic for that. I know most people will be in one account, so that's not an issue, but you can select an account here. I'm going to stick with my equity index. I can choose an order type. Going through the order types we have here in this first section, these first 4, these are exchange defined, or I'm sorry, these are exchange supported contracts, or exchange native order types, I'm sorry. So limit, market, stop market. This next group, these are all TT orders. These are orders that we have built, order types we've built. We've got a bracket order, an iceberg, if touched, OCO, stop, time slice, timed, trailing limit. The bracket order and the if touched, those are new to TT. We didn't have those in Xtrader at all, really. I'm going to show you one right now. Here's entering a bracket order, and let's say I want to enter a bracket order in the mini right here, and I want to buy at a price of 85. Click buy. Box turned green to tell me that I'm actually already in there, that I'm bidding the inside market right now. If I open up MD Trader, you'll see it's got the bid showing there. If this bid gets filled, and it's not going to get filled, unfortunately, because of the time they're at right now, it might. We'll slap in a stop limit down here and a profit order up here. And let me see if I can actually fill on my own. If I drag this up, oh, sorry, I'll do that again. Bracket order. Now I'm going to go ahead and buy it at button. Just buy it at the. I'm going to hit lift the offer. I lift the offer. You see, I just got filled, traded 5 times, and it put in my stop limit and my profit order immediately. 6 ticks up and 3 ticks down. So that's a nice little new order type that we haven't had previously. That order type, all those order types are available in TT as well as TT Pro. So the $50 model and the $40 model, you will get all of these TT synthetic order types. While I'm on NB Trader, I'm going to show we've got configurable buttons. These configurable buttons, you can actually map these buttons to different order types. Like I have this mapped to a stop limit. Whenever I have that clicked and click in here, I'm going to enter a stop limit order. I'm sorry, stop limit order over here. This is a algo that I actually have it configured to. I'm sorry, no, this is a TT time sliced order. So I can click on that button and automatically enter a time sliced order. And actually, this is an algo right here. This is an algo that I have configured. I click on that button, and I can automatically enter an algo that's based off of that logic that I have. When it's highlighted yellow like that, that means it's always going to be the next order in. So you can see some of this. Let me open up the order book. There's an order book. You can see some of the orders that I've already put in just in the last few minutes. Let me show one more quickly here. Turn this over. Get rid of this. I'm going to cancel this. Cancel this. Cancel this. I'm going to go ahead and enter another bracket order. And you can see it now. I've entered a bracket order. And in the order book, what I'm showing here is I have this top line, that's purple. That's because it's a parent order. This order is the logic that's actually monitoring this order. Here's the 5 lot. The 5 lot sitting right here. This purple line above it is the logic that's monitoring this. And again, this is a bracket. So when this order gets filled, it's going to go ahead and place the OCO around it. You can actually bring up a floating order book as well too. The floating order book will do the same thing, showing the parent order. It'll show me the child order. Let's say I want to change this child order. I can do that in the parent order book, or I can actually go in and I can right-click on it and bring it up. And I just missed on it. There you go. Well, let me go back to the bracket. I'm just going to fill right here and put the orders in. So there I just got filled on my other bracket, on a new bracket. And you can see that it's put in the other secondary orders immediately, the bracket around it. I'll go into my fill window. And there's a 5 lot I just bought. And here are the sell stop and the profit order that go around with that. Get rid of that. Go back to NB Trader a little bit. Let me bring this down. With NB Trader, you also have the ability to liquidate automatically. This is a liquidate button. The liquidate button does exactly what it kind of says. It's going to, if I have an open position, it's going to go ahead and flatten that position out. And it just did. I was long 15 E-minis, and you see it just, we just got rid of it by selling 15 E-minis because I was long 15. Another nice thing to have, this is volume at price. I use it quite a bit. The gray bars look just as they are, but you can actually split that out, and now I can actually define it more clearly to see if the volume of the trader is more on the bid side or the ask side. So I can see rather quickly that the action that's been down here at 21.85 has been primarily from the buy side, aggressive buying as opposed to aggressive selling. If you want to see the actual quantity on that, I can show the quantity as well. If I want to move that out, make it a little wider, you can do that. Okay. I can also click in here, and I can go to, I can open up the chart. Now you can see I have a chart connected. It's not connected to, it's linked to the E-mini. Nice, and you know what? We've added the ability to actually track your orders and fills. These are the fills that I actually recorded here in the E-mini. They're actually shown with the little arrows here. If I place a new order in the E-mini right now, you see that order also shows up in the chart. Again, new stuff we didn't have in Aggregator. I can click on that order, I can drag it around and actually move it. So you can move that order around. I can go in and I can cancel it. I can do whatever I want to do. Let me put another order in down here. Now I've entered a bid as well. It's way off the mark, isn't it? There's a bid. So you can see my orders are now registered on the chart, and on top of that, the fills are registered on the chart. I can see here from the blue up arrow that I bought E-mini right here, and then in the same time frame, the same bar, this is a 1 minute bar, I bought it and sold it. While I'm on the chart, I'll show you can do a few of the nice things as far as I can change the interval very quickly. I can go to 5 minutes. Instead of doing that search bar, I can actually just type in a number, type in 2, enter. It'll take me to a 2 minute bar chart. I'm sorry, candle chart. You can configure the charts to go to different types. We've got bar charts, candles, line, mountain, wave. I kind of like mountain charts. They don't work as well with the indicators, so with the bar chart. Another nice feature that we have is you can actually build your own little component or your own little widget. And what I mean by that is you can actually take 2 widgets, like a chart and an NVTrader, and build something off of that. So what I can do right now is I can actually go in here to my NVTrader. I can right-click up top here and go to Group Widget. Now snap this up alongside the chart. Oops, hold on. And snap them together. So I've now got one continuous unit. There it is, sorry about that. But you can see now I've got one widget on here, and it's an NVTrader along with the chart. And this is a nice thing to have, because obviously I can trade along with the charts. I can see what's going on very clearly, very quickly. This is pretty new. We just added this in the last couple of weeks. If I want to cancel one of these orders again, I can just go in and cancel it by clicking this X right here, or I can drag it down and move it if I want to as well. Doing all that right from the chart. Back to the components that we have. We have a spread matrix. Spread matrix, this is a very advanced spread matrix, what we had in Xtrader and what you've probably seen in the field. We've got a feature in here that I'm pretty sure you won't find anyplace else. What that is I can take my Autospreader contracts and actually view them in a spread matrix. Now, what's that getting me? What does that mean? Well, let's say you are a crude trader, and I want to look at WBS and crude in a spread matrix. So I've got WBS and ICE and crude on CME. I can click on OK, and now I've got that in a spread matrix. So I can basically see the forward curve of my synthetic spread. WBS has some funky contracts and quarterly contracts, so I'm going to take those out real quick. I can click in here, go ahead and choose legs. I'm going to uncheck this, and I don't want this calendar, I don't want this quarterly, and don't want this quarterly. I'll find dandy. Right click here, save legs, and now I've got it brought back down. This is very unique. I've never seen this before on another platform, so we're pretty proud of this too. We've had some energy guys who came out to us, asked us for this. It's a really cool tool. And now you can see I have a spread matrix with crude from CME going right here and WBS from ICE clicking down here. And you can see you've got the front month spread right here. Like here's the DEES right here. It's trading down 3, up 3. I can click on it, get an order ticket. I can trade that right now. So I'm on the bid on that. Say if I don't like one of those spreads, I can actually go in and I can edit it in Autospreader. So this is by entering those in a spread matrix, I created Autospreader logic for the entire curve, so you can go and actually quickly change those spread configurations as well. So you can kind of see right here. Let me go into another widget for you. While I'm going through here, time and sales. I showed time and sales a little bit before, but let me show it to you real quick. Actually, what I want to show you too is with this grouped widget, I can save this group widget or this custom widget, so I can call it up again whenever I want. So this is a group widget right now. It's a widget group. I have a chart and I have an empty trader. I can right click on here and go save as custom widget. I'm just going to call this 111. I want an icon for it. Say the icon is going to be the chart. Click Save Widget. Let's say I want to call this up again. So I'm going to close this, but I want it for mini NASDAQ this time. I'm going to click on NQ. I'll go down to Set Contract, and I'm going to go down to that 111 in here. Click on it, and boom, I've got it. I've got that synthetic widget that I just brought, my own custom widget, popped in right away with an empty trader attached to a chart. And you can do a lot of other things with that grouping of widgets. You can actually click together and add, say, charts to a market grid or chart or an order book to a fill window. There's a lot of things you can do with building with that. So that's a fun thing to get into that I encourage you guys to jump in and take a look at when you want. All of my custom widgets that I built are actually listed down here. I can show you some of the other crazy ones that I've built. Like this one just has 9 ND traders. They're all stacked up next to each other. You can do custom widgets. This is ND trader with time and sales, as you might expect. I haven't had this open for a while, so it's got linked contracts. One thing to note that's kind of neat down here too, if you have tagged ND trader now, you can see these are all expired. I haven't used this or linked widget in a while, but I've got a bunch of different contracts on it at one time. And let's say I want ZN set. I can change it. Change instrument, CV, set, change it. And you'll see as I change tabs, it's changing both the ND trader as well as the time and sales. And it's a group widget on top of a group widget because I actually have another level of groups with it as well too. It's a little more advanced, and I'm not going to get into that right now. Those things. I'm going to pull up one of my established workspaces right now and talk to you some stuff. So I want to go to one of my other workspaces. I'm going to open up to a recent one called this primary Windows one. Let's go to changes. Yeah, I'm not interested in the changes we have in this one. It's going to load my workspace. And this is all one big linked widget right here. You can see everything moving together. This is a widget group that I created that has a market grid with a chart, ND trader, time and sales. Click on a contract. Let's say I tick on the set notes. It's going to change the charts over to notes. It's going to change ND trader notes. It's going to change my time and sales to notes as well. 6E. I can float through them pretty quickly. Look and see what else is there. You can also see I have tabs down here. I have a series of tabs at the bottom of this. This market grid I have right here, this one is keyed for FX. So I can see all my FX contracts kind of grouped together. I can click through them real quickly. So from a space saving perspective, you can save a lot of space by actually building your own widgets and actually using tabs to drive them. This is just an example that I have. Another great space saving and efficiency tool that we added is called Windows. What I mean by Windows is you can see it. I've got a drop down up here, and I can go to another, essentially a workspace. Right here, I'm tabbing through, and I can go to, let's say this is an Autospreader workspace. This is the workspace I have for some of my Autospreader configurations. I can get to it by simply clicking this drop down and going to it. This one is made of spread matrix. So again, that's another nice way to, actually if I click on Shift Tab, or if I click on the number, I'm going to click on the number 3. So I know it's 3. It's going to take me to the chart one. And I've got a couple of scratch ones like this. It's good because I want to show you, actually I want to go back to Autospreader. I want to show you some of the Autospreader stuff real quick. Autospreader, we added some functionality here as well that's kind of neat that hopefully you'll be able to take advantage of. I'm going to look at this very simple Euro to Euro Swiss. I'm sorry, the Swiss to the Euro spread. I can click on this button right here. It says how to open it. I can open it as a single ND trader, just like that. That's the synthetic spread. I can open up as ND trader legs. So I'm going to have the synthetic contract, and I'm going to have each leg click an order in. It's going to put the spreads in. Nice. I can also go here and I can open it up, legs and tabs. Legs and tabs, I've now got the synthetic spread trading right here in this first tab. I can put a bid in. I can go in here, look at the legs, and see that there are my working bids. And there are working offers. I'm using Q holder here. That's why I've got multiple orders in there. So there you have it. But that's also a nice new feature, especially when it comes down to conserving screen space. I really whittled down and trade off a Mac. I do still trade myself, as do many of us here, and I do a lot of my trading just off of a Mac because I've got enough space to do that. It's interesting, worth noting too, we didn't support Macs with Xtrader. We do now obviously support Macs with the TT platform. Opens up your world of extra trading a little more, and again, one of the things that goes with that too is I'm actually on a Mac Air right now. You don't need the beefy, huge CPU and processor that you've had in the past, the big desktop systems, because simply all this logic, everything we have here is really server-based. So my Autospreader logic is sitting at the exchange right now. It's not sitting here, and that cleans up a lot of space as far as what I really need to actually have from my system. You don't have to worry again about having a huge beefy computer to run your trading system because you can lock it all into, since everything's really co-located now, you don't really have to worry about that too much because all the heavy lifting is really being done at the exchange matching engine. I'm going to go through and talk about aggregating real quick. Aggregator, like I mentioned before, is a way to actually get multiple contracts flowing through one instance of MD What you can see right here is I've accrued from 3 different exchanges, from NFX, which has nothing in there right now because it's closed, ICE, and CME. And this inside row, the bids and the ask, is actually the market, where the market's actually at. But I can go in and work orders now through here, and what it's going to do is it's going to fill me wherever the best price is. So I can essentially have orders in, and I do really basically have orders in at CME and at ICE at the same time, and I'll get filled at whichever exchange has the best price in crude at the moment. Aggregator includes logic also for smart order routing. The smart order routing, remember, that is rebalancing. So let's say I'm trying to actually maintain a portfolio in crude. It's going to automatically flow through to flatten out at one exchange and add to another exchange if I need to do so. You can build that into the logic with Aggregator, and that's a fairly advanced topic that really goes beyond kind of an initial walkthrough. The audit trail, I want to talk about real quickly just to say it's a forever audit trail, and what that means is from day one you start trading the TT platform, you'll be able to go in and get your history. I can click in here and actually go to dates, click into here and say that I want to get my audit trail that goes back to July 13th at, let's say, 9 o'clock in the morning. Click apply, and boom, I've got it all pretty much immediately right there. We went back and called all that out, and now I have my audit trail from that date. So if you need to go back and trade check, you need to go back and actually look and see what was going on back in that date, we've got all the information for you. It's worth noting too, the time in sales is also forever time in sales. So when I have time and sales open, I can actually flow back and look back for as long as I like and get detailed history and time and sales. And while I still got some time, I just want to jump into ADL real quick. ADLs are Algo Design Lab, which allows you to design your own algos, design your own order entry logic. A lot of people think of algos as a very hairy, big, beefy, scary thing that just travels all day long. I don't look at them that way. I've got some algos that are big and beefy like that. Most of my algos are very simple, very clean. There's not a lot going on there, and the reason being for that is because I really use this for order entry logic. Ways to build your own type of stop, ways to build your own type of OCO, your own type of whatever. But I'll show you real quick. I can go in there, I can add a contract, say I want ES. I'm going to go in here and actually get it. I'm going to go to CME, ES, set contract, okay. Okay. And I want a field. Oops, actually I need to add an account real quick. My account's going to be fine. I'm in production, so I'm going to switch that real quick. Sorry. I know I move really fast, and I've covered a lot of ground in a half hour, so hopefully anyone with any questions outside of this span of the hour, feel free to reach out to me at Patrick Rooney on Twitter. I want to add a contract. Yes. Actually, I want to get this one. Yes. Fine. Okay. Did I have an account there? Oh, I didn't have an account. Sorry. So I want to look at the last traded price. We drag this connector over and change some ask price to last traded price. Okay. And you'll see that, and you can just build and build and build. I'll open up one real quick. That's something I've built in the past. Here's an OCO stop limit. I was going to say, oh, here, cancel. Yes. Oh, shit. Sorry. File, open. You know, I'm just going to go to my bidder one. There's a very simple completed algo that I've built in the past. And all this does is actually go in and bid the market. There's reasons to do that, but do what you want. I'm not going to get into a lot of the algo logic as far as what you do. That's really up for yourselves to kind of get in and play with. But that's a quick overview of many of the components. If you want to get into another workspace, actually we can go back to my base workspace. See if there's anything I haven't really covered yet. Actually, what do I want to do? Go to widgets. Autotrader has changed a little bit too. Autotrader is there to really drive algos. That's changed a little bit, so I don't want to get into that too much detail. Go to the windows that we have here. We have a positions pane. Allows you to go and obviously just see your positions. I'm in simulations. You can see I've got all sorts of stuff going on there. But it's filterable and sortable. So I want to see my CME stuff for the E-mini perhaps. I can go and say just E-mini only. That's what I have an E-mini from the two different accounts. I've traded E-mini in simulation today, which is my CTA account and my equity index account. Block trader is more of a wholesale order type pane for the sell side, so I'm not going to get into that. Again, we have a lot of collateral out there on these two guys that we'll talk about in time. Autospreader rules. Autospreader rules is an important component. Autospreader rules works in conjunction with Autospreader, and it allows you to build your own Autospreader rules. And I should have touched on that before. Let me get into it again real quick. I'm going to open up Autospreader real quick. Here's Autospreader. And I'm going to look at one of my spreads. I'll just go back to that 6E to 6S. I'm going to click on the pencil. The pencil is the configuration indicator. And actually, I'm going to show you something else real quick. Nothing else there. This is a simple spread that I have. It's just a 6E to the 6S. I can go in there and choose rules. Rules are in Autospreader, I'm sorry, in Xtrader we had a bunch of canned rules that are always in there and always on. We've taken a lot of those out and rebuilt them, so you have to add them back in manually. This makes TT a good deal faster. If you haven't seen any of our press and the stuff behind it, our Autospreader is exceptionally fast. We'll put it up against any other commercially available spreader out there. We know that we're cracking 100 mics as far as our hedge latencies, and our requote times are down there about half of that. So we're doing quite well with that. It's a very fast spreader. With the rules, I can click in here and pick a rule. If I want to add some logic to my Autospreader, let's say basic slop, something we had in TT, I can just click at that easily. But I add another rule, I can go in and basically say these are rules that I built myself. Quote to fill monitor, walk up, I can select on it just like that. And if I want to configure it, I can click in to configure it. I can move it up. I can click on edit. When I click on edit, it opened up Autospreader rules. This gives me the ability to go in and actually change the rules that I have for an Autospreader configuration. For the Autospreader rules, basically, I manage the order. If you're not familiar with Autospreader, it's another big little jump to get into, more than we probably want to cover in a session today, perhaps in the future, but it's a big selling point for us. It's an extraordinarily popular piece of functionality. Trading Technologies was the first to come out with a real spreader many, many years ago, and it's extremely popular. This is used prop shops, retail, buy side, sell side. The banks use it. Everyone uses the Autospreader, so it's a really nice tool to have, and encourage you to get in and take a look at it. But again, the rule builder allows you to go in very, very quickly and very easily change rules that are certainly already there. It gives you prompts. This isn't really coding, and it's not as difficult as it looks. It's giving you a lot of the calls that you really need to get into the API to actually build your own rules. So it's pretty much point and click. I'm not going to get into a great deal of detail on this, but it's there for you to get into. If you want details on it, again, please feel free to reach out to me at Patrick Rooney on Twitter, or patrick@trade.tt is my email account. And that, on a very high level, on a very quick little component, that covers pretty much most of what we have there. Are there any questions?
Yep, there's a couple. Let me get to them. Is Forex available?
No. Well, we don't have cash Forex. We have FX futures, obviously, at CME, but we would not have cash FX.
Okay.
Those that are interested, this is the list of exchanges we actually have in production right now. There's no cash FX.
Oh, come on, computer. Sorry, I'm trying to read them, and as I'm doing it, people are answering, and it's moving. Okay, our
No, that's okay.
TT bracket orders on the server side?
Yes, everything's on the server side.
Okay,
that's a server side functionality.
Okay.
Pardon me?
So they persist even when they log out of TT?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a TT Ninja API through which I can generate a signal on NinjaTrader platform and execute it through TT?
No. Let me talk about our API a little bit. Our API isn't out in production yet. The API is expected out. It should start trickling out at the end of September.
Okay.
But we don't really even have an API for you to muddle around with right now.
Okay. Is it possible to group more than one chart to a widget?
Well, let's take a look. Not really. You can, but well, I guess there's no reason you can't. And I can take this one. I can go and take ES again. Chart. I'll open another chart. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to get after here to do that.
Let's see. It just says, is it possible to group more than one chart to a widget? And then he asks, when will the charts be ready and out of beta?
I mean, the charts are really ready right now. The only reason they're in beta is because we haven't really fulfilled everything we said we were going to fulfill. And part of that was 10 years of historical data, which should actually go out in the next week or two. Okay. We already do have 10 years of historical data for some contracts, just not all. And yeah, there's a chart and a chart, but I wonder, I haven't done this actually. MQ. Yeah, but it's not going to let me actually change these. If I change it here, it'll change.
Okay. Okay, a person is asking if they can spread it across 4 monitors or multiple monitors.
Yes, you can. Yeah, we have to do that right now. I'm going to take that in two different ways. Yes, you can do that right now. In fact, I've got people that are stretching out over 6 monitors. But we're also going to have a desktop version that's coming out hopefully by the end of the year.
Okay.
The desktop version is what that's going to do. It's going to allow you to take these little windows that you have right here, and I think of these windows as almost like mini workspaces. And when the desktop version is done, you'll be able to grab one of these windows and just plop it down onto another monitor as well.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let's see. Can you build more complicated algos using C+ or Java using this?
Yes, you absolutely can. The API that's coming out is going to be it's C-based on Linux, and yeah, in fact, we're actually calling the API when it rolls out TT Algo API. Or I'm sorry, TT Algo SDK, because the initial API that goes out is going to be intended explicitly for development of algos on your own, and it's written in C. We're not going to have any wrappers for it for a while yet, but you'll be able to actually do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
But if you're going to do something like that initially, you might want to start cracking out a C book.
When will help and tutorial for the ADL be out?
We're building that. I mean, there's some out there right now. We do have a users forum. Let me show you that real quick. The users forum has gotten quite active, and I encourage you to get in there. If you go into resources, community, this is our users forum, and then from the spaces drop down right here, you can actually declare where you want to go. Say you want to go to ADL, and you'll go to ADL. And there's a lot of good back and forth in here from people who are building algos, people from TT, Damon's like our head algo guy down support. He posts a lot. But then these are all pretty much answers of his, but these are other people have answered. These are questions other people have come up with. So I encourage you to get in there for now. As far as more online support and videos, we're working on it. It's a very big project.
Yeah, I bet. Let's see. Matt Z from Optimus is asking, does your block trade have the ability to allocate automatically to a number of accounts?
Does the block trader? Yes, it does actually.
All right.
I'm interested to know that you actually would use block trader, Matt. I know Matt, so. But yeah, it actually does. Although, bear in mind, I think the exchanges are starting to change that, where they're not going to allow that any longer. But it's not here or there. But yeah, this is block trader, and it allows you to actually go into and allocate to multiple accounts and do things like that. So yeah, you can.
Nice. Okay.
I'm in Sims like Andrew.
What is the status of TT SDK?
TT SDK, that's what I was just referring to. That should start coming out in September.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be in Linux. It's going to be in C on Linux, and we're extraordinarily excited about it because we know we've got huge jumps on other APIs that are out there right now. You're going to have great new speed and incredible functionality. But again, the initial one will be explicitly for algo development.
Nice. Okay. Will analytics blocks be added to ADL?
Yes. We will add an analytics block to ADL. Again, that's not a very easy thing to do. That's in the works right now, but there's a few other ADL blocks we're working on, like the alerts block and a few others they want to get done first before they can really jump into that.
Okay. Does the TT platform support P&F charts?
We'll have those. When are we going to have those? We'll have those, I think, in mid-September. Or no, end of September.
Okay.
End of September. So the end of next month, we'll have market profile type charts.
Okay. Are ADL algos written in previous versions of Xtrader transferable to the new TT platform?
As a matter of fact, they are. And we actually have a converter built into ADL. And I can click in here and I can go to File, and I can go Import 7x Algo. And I don't have any locally stored in the system, so I won't find them. But that's what it would do. It actually go look for it. But yeah, you can convert your 7x algos to TT just like that.
Nice. Let's see. Are there OCO or bracket orders for the mobile app?
No. We'll get them in there, but it's a little more tricky to do that in the mobile app. So that's a no.
Okay. How is latency screen update frequency given this is a remote desktop solution? Specifically during okay, sorry, let me try to read this out again. How is latency given this is a remote desktop solution, specifically during volatility like CL on Wednesdays?
Right. We've got it's called load balancer that's been built. Load balancer essentially monitors all the servers that you're trading on, and it'll switch load. If the load gets busy, let's say your price server, whatever, is actually taking up a lot of processing time, it'll switch you over and get you into a server that is cleared up and makes it much more efficient trade. And we've been running this in production for well over a year now, so we've got that pretty well mastered down.
Okay.
And it's a dynamic switch. There's no manual intervention whatsoever. Once we see the workload on a specific browser hits level X, we switch it. We start switching processes over another server.
Okay. Because it's kind of like the cloud hosting. Whenever the system is taxed, it moves you to a less taxed system.
Kind of, yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned the cloud. I want to call it the cloud real quick and let people know that you're not trading through the cloud. There's a misconception that people seem to think you're trading through the cloud. You're not. We use the cloud to really store things that are non-latency sensitive, like your workspace, like contract definitions, and things like that. So you're not trading through the cloud. You're trading on co-located servers that are basically at all the matching engines in the major futures exchanges.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get TT to simulate futures order matchings such as first in, last out, and first in, first out?
No, we haven't added that complexity yet where you can actually change and manage what type of matching engine we have in simulation. We've got kind of a hybrid of that right now, and we will in time add that.
Okay. Any ETA on the desktop version?
I would definitely say by the end of the year.
Okay.
And bear in mind, you're not getting any real advantages with the desktop version. You can stretch a browser out across right now, but yeah, we'll have it up at the end of the year.
Okay. And then do you have an ETA on the bracket orders for the mobile app?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I haven't even talked to the mobile team about that. Good question, though.
Let's see. Where can they explore the list of brokers that support the TT platform?
We have that on our website. platform. Down. Get it.
Okay. That looks good. That answers the next question. The person was asking about Dorman.
Yeah, we've got a growing list of people at Dorman around right now.
What if my algo is not programmed at the ADL but outside through the TT API? Can I still use it in the web version?
Yeah. Yeah, not right now, but once the API is out, you'll be able to absolutely do that.
Okay. Will ADL's latency speeds be comparable to those of the Autospreader?
Yes. Yeah, very, very much so.
Okay. Will the upcoming API release enable users to deploy an algo programmed in ADL from another platform?
Did I hear that correct? Will the API allow the user to deploy an algo that was written in ADL from another platform?
Yes.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Oh, I'm assuming if you had a algo.
Yeah. If you write an algo in another from another ISV or something like that, no, we won't be able to manage that. What we do have, we already have support of is bank algos. And what I mean by that is the algos that are built by some of the banks, like Citibank and quantitative brokers. So quantitative brokers isn't really a bank, but we do support their algos.
Okay. All right, last two questions, and they happen to be on the desktop version.
Okay.
Will the desktop app run on an Apple?
Funny you should ask. I'd have to check on that. The first build of it, no, it would not. It was only Windows based.
Okay.
But I'll have to check on that because I know we did some changes on the backbone, so we may have gotten through that.
Okay. And then any idea on how much the desktop app would cost compared to the web?
No change. Same thing.
Okay.
The desktop app connects to the same servers. It does everything. And all it basically does is it breaks you out of a browser, and it gives you a desktop icon to double click to start the program instead of opening up a browser and typing in the URL.
Okay. All right, sounds good. I think that's all the questions. I'm really excited to see new platforms and stuff, so this looks pretty exciting. I'm really excited by the ADL and the programming. I don't do a whole lot myself. I've read, but it's interesting to see an easy way to do it, or easy way to start to explore with it.
Yeah, and that's good. Really, anyone who wants to get into it, all you have to do is go to our website and click on this right here. Try TT now, and it's going to take you into a little place. You put in your email, you answer like 3 questions, and you're in. You can get up and running the demo in less than 2 minutes.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you for your time today.
Great. Thanks, everybody.